What's up, people? I'm Zug, back on Scrap Mechanic, and we are here in the building because I wanted to take kind of a look to see what kind of things we do indeed have in common. In common? Available. I don't know, I'm thinking something else. I was simultaneously thinking two different things, and it didn't work out in my brain very well. What I need to do, I don't know if it's going to work or if I need to change the file again. Every update, aha, there we go. Every update, you actually have to change the file that allows that command to work. It's a thing. But there wasn't another update, so it should have been good. But anyway, so now that I have unrestricted it again, then we're good. And I can pretty much take whatever I want out of this place, which is pretty cool. I mean, some of these things just look interesting. I'm not sure what we can use them for. But I wanted to show you my playground. This place is just so awesome. Like, I love that you can literally take anything that you want out of this place. Now, you do obviously have to worry about structural integrity to an extent. I mean, it's not always completely realistic, but, you know, if something doesn't have any supports, then it's going to fall. So, you know, we have boxes, we have cardboard boxes, we got those guys, we have actual blocks that we can remove out of here. You know, and some of them are even colored, though when you pick them up, the color goes away. So that's a thing that you don't get to keep. But it's still pretty cool. There's so many resources in here that it is just insane. It's fantastic. I love that they open this up. Now, I know I entered a command to do it, but they will eventually open this up. At least they say they will. So it's a thing. You'll eventually be able to decrypt these guys. I'm sure it'll be a more involved process than running a code, but right now that process doesn't really exist. And we did go through the trouble of blowing the encryptor off the wall. So in my mind, that's enough of a process that makes it okay for me to enter that command. But anyway, these are the blocks we came in here for now. I ran out of them because I started building up the walls of my house. And I wanted to make sure I had enough. I'm going to basically fill my entire inventory here, and then hopefully we'll have a decent amount. And just like that, we have almost a stack. We also have some of these guys here, which I took out from, I don't know, somewhere. But you can even take like lights and blocks, whatever these are. They're like I-beams or something. They're frame beam longs, frame beam lights. I don't know. There's just so much stuff in here you can use. And I'm not worried about putting it all back in the same place where you know, it doesn't bother me because we're still going to end up coming through here and we're just going to grab whatever we need to grab. But it's pretty cool. Some of these lights maybe we could use for, I don't know, something not really in the house. I don't remember anything like that specifically in the house. But say we have to construct our own washing machine or something, then we could, you know, put a light in there or, I don't know, something. Maybe use these lights. I have no idea. We're not going to get it exact to my old house, but we're going to try. Anyway, I'm just looking around for some stuff here that we can use. And mainly the stuff here, these guys that I really want to get a full inventory of pretty much. Help, I'm lost in my house. That's not true. I got to go here, here, here. Yep. Old houses. Been here for a while. So I got the walls up. So we have room. We have room. With both of those have closets. I don't know why there was two closets in the rooms, but there totally was. In both of them. It was weird having two closets. Anyway. So you go around here. Here's the third room. This one had closets, but in different places. Then you had the bathroom. And then you have the living room, a closet where the water heater was, and this is a door to the outside to the deck that wrapped around. This goes over here into the kitchen. This was the pantry, although this was a little different. This wall, I don't know, the door was, I don't know, maybe the room was a little bigger or something out that way. I might change it, I'm not sure. This is where the washer and dryer were, in a very short room. You didn't have a whole lot. And then over here was tiny itty bitty room with a little itty bitty closet. Exit to outside of the house with the little deck thing, and then the bathroom. It's pretty cool. Pretty good stuff, I think. What I want to do today is not so much with the interior or the walls. I'd like to get the deck and the outside done. Now, the first thing I'd like to do is kind of remedy this situation with the bottom. In that it kind of, obviously it looks weird with this whole standing thing. So I want to create some supports in here. Not a whole lot of them, I think, but just enough so it looks like the house is actually being supported by something. And then we can work on filling in the gaps with these guys here. We're gonna have like a, I don't know why, like a fence under something, right? So the corner is definitely gonna have one of those things. But if we just kind of do, oh yeah, that's the wrong direction. Hold on. This way? Yeah, we'll do it this way. So if we go like this and create tiny little sections, yeah, it's gonna have to be that tall. And then we have, you know, posts here with wood, which this is not the wood I want to use, but just because this is what I have on me, we'll do that, and we'll kind of go with the sections. We may even follow this thing here. I'm not sure, possibly. Because they kind of separate them themselves, right? Because they have the line here. So, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but I kind of want to wrap the chain around the outside of the house. And that way it'll kind of look like it's being held up by something. Although, you know what? Let's make these concrete. Let's not make these wood. Let's make these concrete. And that way, concrete holds up houses and stuff, right? So, makes sense. We could do stone, regular old stone. I don't know. I know we can get a lot of concrete from our building over there. Lots and lots of concrete in there. I think we have a lot of concrete here as well. But yeah, I think this is going to be better. So if we do this and just kind of go into the ground a little bit, that'll be pretty good. Maybe we'll do... Should we do another frame of this? And kind of go across here too? Maybe? And kind of frame it like that, but then fill in the underneath with this stuff, perhaps? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm going to play with it a little bit. We're going to see what happens. Well, hello there, house. It's coming together. It's coming together. I changed the front because I remembered, actually, that we didn't have typical wooden stairs for our front door. We actually did have something like this where the concrete was laid out in longer stairs. And actually, this should be even longer, really. This should be something probably closer to this-ish. Okay, that was too long. That-ish. Probably a bit closer to what it was actually. There also was no handrails here. But of course, there was an opening. We had gigantic pillars. And what I want to try, there's a couple things I want to try. Okay, I keep like pushing control thinking I'm going to sprint. So if you see me do that, that's why I'm trying to sprint. But one thing I'd like to do is basically make the handrails. Now the handrails are going to be a little bit bigger. I guess we could use pipes. But I think pipes are too round. We're going to use pipes for something, but not that. I think what we're going to do... And it also depends on if we can actually... Actually, you know what? Let's use the same size. Let's do this. That way I give it a little bit of... I don't know. That might look a little weird. It might be a little too uniform here. I'm not sure. I don't think we have any square decorations that are smaller than the size of a block. Like these things over here, we could use them because some of the pillars that were on the deck were gigantic circular things. Like, probably about this size, actually. I mean, we have other things that are actually probably better with these. If we got enough of these and stacked them up, it would look a lot more like one of the pillars that I had on the corners and periodically around the deck. Or around the patio or whatever you want to call the thing. But I'm wondering if there are smaller square pipes or something like this. Smaller square items that we can dismantle and take apart. Also, I never showed you these. These are kind of interesting. I like these. I have no idea where we can use them, but I think they're very, very cool. We may change up the furniture that we had inside our house a little bit. Because a lot of it was custom made, which we can kind of do with this stuff, definitely, but I don't know. Some of it would be better if I just, you know what, we're going to improve this a little bit because it's a video game and because I want some better stuff. But I think it's, for now, we're going to try just with the structure of the building and then we can work on the actual filler, washer, dryer, sinks and bathroom stuff or whatever later. I don't know how far we're going to be able to get with all of that equipment, but I want to give it a shot to see. I do just need to figure out how to do these handrails, though. I think we're going to start with the wood, and then maybe I'll check around inside the building a little later to see if we can see any of those square things I was mentioning. But for now, we're going to start with a standard handrail, and then I'll work in the pillars that I was talking about after I'm finished with this, I suppose. And this can be opening number 1. And this is where it kind of changes. So this will be the opening, but then we're going to have another one right here, and it just kind of looks weird, I guess. I can't even see because of the tree. Tree, move out of my way! Is that proper? Yeah, that's good. And then corner? Okay, I'll have to get on top to get the corner. But you get the idea. I'm going to play around with these, kind of make some handrails. What I want to do, let's start over here. My idea is that the handrails, I guess, should be about this level. So we literally just make square things, right? And kind of combine them. Oh, so close. And kind of do that. But see, it's just too thick. These rails are way too thick. I need to see if I can find something else. That's what I need to do. Here's the next stage. It looks really, really bad. All right, so I got the bottom of this is done. I had to extend the deck a little bit, and this is one thing that I'm actually happy that kind of worked out a little bit, is that there's actually a little ledge on this side. For one reason, well, 2 reasons, but the first reason is that I can jump up and jump over, so I don't have to worry about finding the stairs. They're more decorative. The second is that this lip actually did exist at the house. I could jump over the railing like this, and it was just kind of cool. It was an interesting little thing. But what I want to try to do is make this look a little bit better by painting everything white. I want to see if this is a thing. I know I do have this paint can, but I put away the paint stuff. I don't remember where. There's some. Okay, so I have 11 here, and then there's some more somewhere else because I just crafted a bunch. Not a bunch, but a little bit more. There we go. There's 20 of them. And is there any more? That might be it. Yeah, that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Okay, so this is going to take a lot of this paint because there's a lot of different items in here. I might be able... I'm curious. Let me see if I can do something like... Hold on. First of all, let's go to the paint thingamajig. And what is it? Q? All right, go to white. I want to see if I can like drag this and paint all these items. No, see, it only got the concrete. But you can paint these items, which is good. It just takes 1 paint per, which is really unfortunate. And that guy turns white. So they do turn white. It looks a little bit weird, I suppose. I'll try to get as many of these guys as I can, I suppose. Oh, crapo. That's not what I wanted. I can dig... This is wood. I can dig it back up and put it back down. It'll be fine. I forgot about that. We're going to need to get a lot more paint because these items, it takes 1 per. I can't click and drag for these guys. And that's not going to work either. Bummer. This is taking so much paint up. Really unfortunate. Okay. Right? Yeah. Okay. So then we go here, right? I don't know what this is going to look like, but I do know the railings were all white at the other house. So that's a thing. How much do we have left? Oh, wow. That was the last one. Seriously? Like, I literally don't have any more. Wow. That is crazy. Okay. Well, let's see what this looks like just on this side. It does make it look better. It does make it look better. It doesn't look how my house looked for obvious reasons. I may try to find better pillars than this because these are a little bit too big. And of course, at the other building or whatever, there was I might try to do a section. See, that's still not going to... I don't think that's going to look very good, though. But if I find one that's shorter, right? Just say like this tall right here, then I can put a layer of blocks across it so that the railings look like they're connecting to the pole itself, and then we'll put another short one on top. So each pole would be 2 short ones rather than a big one. It would probably end up being like 3 short ones because I kind of want another one right on top of this guy, which would put it more in line with the roof. But, I mean, it'll be okay. It's another reason that it does look off is because we don't have doors. The walls are not painted or anything. We're going to need a lot of paint for this. And I'm not exactly sure where to go to get the paint. Like, I know you get them from the flowers, but I don't know the best place to get the flowers. So that's going to be a thing. But I do kind of like where it's going. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be okay, I think. I think the house itself was actually white too. It had like the white shutters or whatever they're called. I may play with a different material for the walls. I may change them out. I'm not entirely sold on the brick walls because we didn't have brick walls. That's not something we had. But I don't know what to use that looks more like drywall and, I don't know, plaster or whatever that crap else goes on walls. I don't know. Well, I have to figure it out. But we do have some flowers there. There's some forest over here. I should be able to get a little bit there to finish up the deck area up here. And then maybe we'll start working on the doors. The problem with the doors is that I need a controller for every single door. And we have a lot of doors in here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was no door here and there was no door here. So 6. There was no door here either. I just forgot to put up a brick wall. This was the only door. There's no door here. No door there. No door there. So 7, 8. And we took, there was a door here. We actually just took it out. So we're not going to put it in that one either. We just left that open. I'm not sure why it was a bathroom. No, we didn't take the bathroom door out. We took a door out, but I don't remember which one it was. Oh, you know what? I think it was the pantry door. I think it was this door. This one did have a door, and we're like, why does that have a door to the pantry? We don't need that. So I think we took that one down. I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, we need like 8 or 9 controllers. And controllers take, I don't know how many bits. Oh, it only takes 1. Oh, heck yeah, man. I'm not worried about that or those. We have a lot of that. I even find metal inside this building. There are structures that have just regular old metal inside of them. It is a gold mine of everything, really. But these guys are the hardest ones. And we get a steady supply, not a good steady supply, but a steady supply from the blue people in here. I go over there every once in a while and take them all out every time they respawn. I'm trying to time it so I know when they respawn, and then I can go around and I kill them. I get a lot of batteries that way, but I also get some of those kits too. And like I said, it's not a good supply, but it's a steady enough supply. I am going to have to go about getting some more potatoes every once in a while. Oh, hello, flowers that I needed. But that's okay, because one gigantic crop over there is that like I have so many soils or dirts or whatever they are laid out, and that when I do one harvest, I get so many potatoes I don't have to do a second. So one full night, and I'm done. I'm just good. These guys are not respawned yet. They do take a little while to respawn, which is interesting, but yeah, I don't go through every single time they come back, but I'm trying to get in the habit of doing this whenever I find out that they are back. But they're not back yet. Anyway, you get the idea. I just wanted to kind of run you through a little bit of the stuff that was going on. I'm going to go ahead and get some more paint. I might take another look around the building to see what other kind of resources we can use for the walls. But I'm not sure. Alright, so I went ahead and just finished off the painting. So that part is done. If we go down over here, I've added an addition to this way, okay? So I built out the stairs for the back door. We haven't built the doors yet. We are going to do that, but again, the controllers are going to cause problems. I need to get enough of the kits, component kits, in order to do that. But if we come down over here, I have a lot of things laid out in the backyard, and what I want to do is actually start stockpiling different things here. We're probably not going to go on both sides, because if I do anything with the water, actually it might go up here. If I can find a way to plug it in down here, it'll probably get sucked up through pipes into one of these chests. And then that way, I don't know, but see, then it'll fill all of the available space in that chest. That's just way too much. So what I might do is get something smaller. Maybe even just, well, I think a microwave might be too small, but maybe one of the cabinets or something that has like 3 slots. Maybe? Or maybe we'll put... No, because we have... I'm trying to remember how that thing is set up over there. I need to go pick it up and bring it over here, but I'm not sure. We're going to do something with water, and I'll have it plugged into the system at some point. But what I wanted to do is have this stockpile situation here, because this is going to be a common thing where we lay things out like this. And the reason for that is because a lot of the things in there can be repurposed into other things. You know, like these are tubes that can be used in so many things, different vehicles, different housing components, different everything. So a lot of this stuff, it will just take up so much room in chests that it's not worth putting it in chests. And that goes for a lot of the materials we're going to use as well, including a lot of the blocks that just take up stacks upon stacks of slots in here. So what I'd like to do is, as you saw in my little inventory down here, I have a lot of these guys, the pallets. I'm stealing the pallets from our building so that way we can come down over here and just lay these areas out with nothing but these pallets. And on top of these will be different items. So we'll do something like this. I believe this is enough for perfectly... Is it perfect? It's not perfect. Oh, that's because this is off. Hold on. I misdid all of this, actually. Hold on. It's only supposed to be 1. It's supposed to be like right in the corner. There, I guess. There we go. Because I kind of measured it out beforehand, just so we would have the proper amount of space for everything. And then this. So then we have a big palleted area. So it looks like it's a stockpile. If we just placed everything down on top of this, it would be fine. There'd be no problems with that. It would work for what we want it to, but it wouldn't look right. I wanted it to look like an actual stockpile. That's why we have so many of these guys. So we're going to lay these out, and I'm going to go grab a lot of the blocks that are in here. We're going to do a lot of the blocks first. Those guys will be last because I don't know how I'm going to organize them. They don't really have different categories. It's a whole bunch of random stuff. So I don't know how to fit that all on one space. We might just have to make a gigantic miscellaneous stockpile, like off to the side over here or something. Just something gigantic that we can steal a whole lot of pallets for and just put everything on top of those pallets and just make it look as good as we can while having a whole bunch of random stuff. So that's just what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and lay out all of our blocks in here and actually see what it looks like after I am finished. Because I think it's going to be pretty cool, actually. I like this idea. This is the idea I had in my head for a pretty long while, actually. This is something I really wanted to do. Because the ability to stash things on the ground is actually pretty cool. And not many games allow you to do that in a way that is permanent. In a way that they won't disappear. So it's really, really cool that I love that they're doing this. It's really, really, really cool to me. Stockpiles. So I'm not sure how I want to actually lay these guys out. If I were actually stockpiling materials, I would stack them semi-neatly, maybe a few little things here. But this one looks, I don't know, it looks more like a natural rock. I don't think I want to do it this way because it's not like a person stockpiling. It's like a rock formation you find in the world. But I do think it looks pretty cool. So I'm not exactly sure. I may just kind of fudge it and be like, eh. But it does take a lot of time, so I don't know. Maybe not. I did start laying out the concrete here. The first one over there is concrete. This guy is stone. You know, same stone you get when you break up the metal formations in the world and you get stone and metal. That's the stone. That's this stuff. You just get tons and tons of that stuff. And we have the brick, and this is like the metal. Both of the brick and the metal are both found in this building or around the outside of it. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little thing, though. I like it. I did want to maybe build a second level, and not for, you know, storing more materials on top. If we do any more past this row here, it'll probably go behind it, and we'll do another row here. But I don't know if we're going to need that much. We don't really have that many different blocks, but as the game is updated, there may be more blocks and more structures and more everything created. So who knows? Now, if we do get more structures, that might mean I need to start a new world, and that would be really, really unfortunate. Hopefully we get far enough in this build so we can justify starting a new series and, we can do something new. But for right now, that's not the case. And I have a feeling they don't update this game very often. And the updates don't have a huge amount in them. So if they were to update something that massively, it would probably take a very, very long time to develop. So we'll have to see. But it is what it is. And I like the way that turns out. And we'll expand this. But the second level would be a way to get to the top of this easier without me having to use my little lift here and go bing. Oh, see, sometimes it's a little difficult. There we go. Like that. Just to get up high enough to jump on top of these guys. Because as you can tell, that's a fully extended lift. And it's still not tall enough to get on top of this guy. So I'd have to dig some of that out or break it down a little bit just to get on top of it, to get some of this stuff off. So I think a second layer is going to be important. And this right here is the start of the random item thing. And we're going to make it huge too. We're going to make it really, 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 really big. I'm thinking like maybe even out to like here-ish. Something absolutely massive. And that way we can stockpile as much of this stuff as we want. We can just place it wherever. It'll kind of look cool like this, but it'll also look like it's in place. Like we put it there on purpose. Right now, it just looks like we threw it all on the ground and we're trying to throw a yard sale or something. But over here, if we actually do layout palettes and everything, we can make it look like it belongs there, at least a little bit. So it'll be pretty cool, I think. I'm not sure. As far as the house, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do next. But I've been sitting out here trying to imagine what this is going to look like. And I really can see this. I think the walls need to be bigger and they need to be a different material. But I really, really can see this being my house, my old house. It's pretty cool, actually. It really is. It's pretty cool. There's a couple differences. Like we have a couple more pillars, or had a couple more pillars there. There's probably another one of the big fat pillars right here. And other than that, no, actually, it's pretty accurate, really. But I don't know. I kind of like how I have this right now because it's a little... I've always liked the jumping. I've always liked to jump on stuff. So even over here, I can go here and jump on this guy's head. And we're like in the head, which is funny. You could be in the whistle too. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a goofy person. Deal with it. Also out here, I was going to do stairs, but I ended up having to extend the deck and I didn't want to move this whole thing out one. So... which I mean, I could have just removed a couple of levels, but then it would have made it smaller. Blah, blah, blah. What we're actually going to do now is we're going to leave it like this, and we're going to extend it out a little more and then kind of wrap it around the front. This is another edit that wasn't at the actual house that I came from, but I think it'll help. It'll give us a little more room to play with and more platforms to place stuff if we really need something. We want like quick access to it or temporary placement, kind of like we did with these guys. It'll kind of give us a spot to do that, which is pretty cool, I think. But other than that, I think we're okay. I still need to do some massive redesigns with vehicles, but I haven't been able to have the time to actually go into a creative world and truly design some stuff. I also want to try and design a a driver seat list. It'll have a seat, but not a driver seat, so I don't need to steer. I don't need a steering. I want to develop a transportation system that doesn't need a steering wheel. So I just get in it, I push a button, and it goes to its destination. When I'm done at that destination, I get back in, push a button, and it sends me in the opposite direction. That's what I'm looking for. And I don't exactly know how to do that. I'm going to be trying to develop some stuff as well. But again, I haven't had time to try to do that. But I kind of like the way this is going. I think we've made some decent progress today. We've done some pretty good stuff. And those are just some of the plans I want to get to. We do need to do lighting. I really need to do the roof. Change out the walls. Put in the doors. I think the doors are going to be really, really soon. I really want to do the doors. But at the same time, like I said, I got to go farm for some component kits to get those going. Yeah, the roof is going to be very, very hard. I don't know how to do the roof. Because we don't really have too many angled blocks, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find enough of the angled components like over here. Because there are some like slopes and stuff in there. But I'll need to find enough of them in all 3 of these levels in order to make an entire roof, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not. I don't think we can make anything sloped in this guy. I'm pretty sure we can't, actually. Maybe in the future we can, but I mean, that's the closest thing we really have, but yeah, that's not going to do it. Anyway, that's about all the time I have for this video. If you did like it, please do hit the like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Do what you do, and I will see you next time. Peace out, peeps.